Hello, party people. Let me tell you a story about how my life got twisted upside down. Um, I haven't been in a relationship with anyone since 2020. We all know what happened in 2020, and in 2021, I had an offer made to me to live somewhere else, specifically Colorado. And this is in 2021. I realize it's 2025 right now. I had plans, and I mentioned them, and my parents, specifically my mom, she asked me to stay, supposedly to help take care of my brother and father. But deep down inside, I knew nothing was going to happen. I just don't want to say that. And since 2021, there have been no changes in anyone's health, including myself, including everyone in the household. So I've been staying there for the past 5 years, and nothing's happening. But I had to stay because I was asked to. And if you don't understand that, that's the differences between our cultures. And I can't make you understand it. I know it sounds like I'm very bitter. Truthfully, yes, I am very bitter about it. I wasted about 5 years of my life here. The only thing I have to show for it is this and YouTube. That's the only thing I sort of passively and actively been working on for the past 5 years. And I still consider it a hobby. I guess I just spend a lot of fucking time on my hobbies. It's basically the only hobby I have. I shouldn't say that. And that's what's kept me going. I spent way too long at the clinic. I kind of overstayed my welcome, so to speak. And at other previous work, I feel like I was sort of overstayed my welcome. What would you have done if you were asked to stay here? As far as I know, I don't want to say nothing important, but I knew nothing was going to happen. I just had no way to prove it besides the hunch that I had. And through this entire time, whether I was helping someone on a small scale or a large scale, I never got a single fucking thank you. And that also really bothers me about the whole thing. I haven't dated anyone since 2020 because I'm just not sure I want it anymore. I'm not sure if I want the heartache, the breakups. I'm not sure I want that anymore. And I rationalize it by saying that I've had 13 sexual partners in 13 relationships. And I had a good run. That's the only thing I say when I'm asked about it. I had a good run. It's just the whole thing. My parents can go on vacation whenever they want. Guess who's stuck here taking care of who? And realizing that for anyone in the household, who I quote unquote took care of, first of all, no one needs taken care of here, but hey, whatever. I never got a single thank you. I never got any acknowledgement that I was actually doing the right thing. And does that matter to me? Yes, it does. I would have appreciated a sign of good faith, and I never got it, and I probably will never get it, because apparently it's my responsibility to keep the health of others above my own health. If you can't help yourself, then how are you going to help anyone else? So that's why I don't get me wrong, I was on a few dates here and there spread out through the years. They didn't go anywhere, obviously, but like I stopped using the dating apps. Don't really search for anything like that anymore. I'm not saying I'm becoming asexual or anything. I'm saying I'm tired and I don't think it's worth it anymore. I've already established I'm not going to start a regular family. That's not going to happen. And is that due in large part to being asked to stay basically the first half of the decade of my 40s, when people are questioning marriage, having kids, etc. Those are important late years in someone's life, especially if I'm dating someone my age. Technically, her biological clock would be ticking. And I ruled out that possibility because I was asked to stay here. I was asked to stay where nothing happened. And I basically wasted the past 5 years of my life here. And I know they're a waste because they were never appreciated. I guess in our culture we don't exchange formalities like that, right? But yeah, I just at the moment I just don't want it anymore. And to be honest, I don't give a shit whether my parents want grandkids or not, because you asked me to stay here. That's what you get. And that's what you asked me for, and I gave you what you wanted. Now, did I ever get what I wanted? No, I did not. So do I feel kind of cheated, kind of overlooked? Yes. And it just seems like it seems like a deal was made and I got the worst of it. Let's say this was a trade before the NBA trade deadline. I was the loser in the trade. I traded 5 years of my life to quote unquote take care of other people. I haven't done shit. Nothing has happened. There's no new updates on anything. But it was important for me to stay here for the last 5 years. And the fact that my parents can go on vacation whenever they want, I'm sure I can too at some point. But would I get some heat for it? Would I be criticized for it? Of course. But no one criticizes anyone else about what their plans are, etc. Especially if those plans are really fucked up. Because I don't want to say that people are gullible, but why would anyone give money to someone they met on the internet and they never met them in person? They never video chatted them. I mean, this says scam all over it. Why am I the only one that seems to see that? But hey, has nothing to do with me. It's your fucking money. We expressed our concerns about it. You don't want to listen, so what's the point? And apparently some people aren't able to take care of themselves. There's a fine line between ability and laziness, where you just expect everything to be handed to you. Because that's what your parents are supposed to do, right? Even in your 40s, they're supposed to take care of you, right? Because that's what our parents do, right? If I sound sarcastic in this, because I am, obviously. You have adults that live here, yet I'm being asked to babysit them. But yeah, just, I don't want to get anyone else involved in this mess. Like, this isn't anyone else's quote-unquote fight besides mine. And quite frankly, I'm losing the fight. I'm getting short end of the deal, short end of the stick. That's what's happening right now. And throughout the whole thing, I never got a single thank you. I never got a single, we appreciate you. You sacrificed a lot. I never got that. I'm never gonna get it. Like, I should be able to know that without it being spoken, right? Would it be nice if it was spoken? Yes, it would be. So someone asked me some questions about why I haven't had a girlfriend in the past 5 years. I don't want to say I gave up the search, but I just don't want it anymore. I don't want anyone else to be even mildly associated with the abominations going on in this house. And somehow it's no one's fault, because no one wants to take responsibility. How this factors into my problem, I don't know. All I know is I was asked to stay, and that's 5 years ago. How much of my life did I have to give up by doing that? You gotta figure, if I'm 41 now, that's basically 36, 37 years old. Pretty important years in an adult's life, in my opinion, especially a single person. And I did what I thought was the right thing to do, but that doesn't mean I was happy with it. It sounds dramatic, but I haven't been happy in a long time. I'm not even sure I really remember it anymore. And to think that, like, I remember what love is or something like that. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of heartache, like I said. And it's just a accumulation of the breakups. Some of them are so fresh, I still remember them. I still think about them. And 5 years. 5 years.
Tomorrow in Milford, you'll see clouds with a chance of showers, and can expect a high of 79 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 59 degrees.
That's my company. That's my companionship right there. Artificial intelligence. I guess 1 out of 13, right? 1 out of 13 of the relationships I was in, I got quote unquote closure from one of them. Only one. But was it still important to me? Yes, it was. I know this is trivial, but the worst thing is there's still some of my exes out there who owe me money because I put them as a priority. When we were dating, I put them as a priority. I took care of them. Like, whether that be putting food on the table or just figuring some shit out. I even had help from other people, other family members in some of these relationships. Not because I thought it would last, but because I was expecting it to. And when things don't go the right way, quote unquote, it makes you wonder. It sort of makes you wonder what would have happened if I didn't stay. How different would my life be if I just said, this is unfair. I have the money, I have the means. I want to live somewhere else. I don't want to be in Connecticut. I don't want to be on the East Coast. And if I just went in the middle of the United States, but hey, that's what's been going on. Take care of yourselves and each other, guys.